A muscle biopsy obtained consists mainly of myoglobin-rich, glycogen-poor fibers with many mitochondria. What is the most likely biopsy site? Now, within our muscles, we have two types of muscle fibers. We have type 1 muscle fibers, which are also known as slow twitch muscle fibers. These are going to be important for sustained force. An example of a exercise that is going to utilize type 1 muscle fibers the most would be something like running, because we're going to need a sustained force in order to continue running. So with type 2 muscle fibers, they're going to be important for rapid bursts. So things like weightlifting would require type 2 muscle fibers. Now with type 1 muscle fibers, because we need a sustained force, we're going to need a lot of energy. As a result, type 1 muscle fibers are going to contain a lot of mitochondria. Remember that we generate energy through the mitochondria. Now, with the mitochondria, we're going to be generating ATP through oxidative phosphorylation. As a result, we're also going to need a lot of oxygen. So, as a result, type 1 muscle fibers are going to be myoglobin rich because myoglobin is a protein that is going to store oxygen. And because myoglobin is red, type 1 muscle fibers are going to be red. Now, type 2 muscle fibers are going to be the opposite. They're not going to contain a lot of myoglobin. They're not going to contain a lot of mitochondria. Instead, they're going to be glycogen rich because the way that they're going to generate energy is going to be through glycogenolysis, which is going to be a quicker way to generate energy for rapid contractions. Now, this question is essentially asking which muscle of the following is going to contain type 1 muscle fibers. And the answer would be paraspinal muscles. Paraspinal muscles are going to be important for stabilizing our posture. So as a result, they're going to need a sustained force. And so they will be therefore utilizing type 1 muscle fibers the most. Biceps and latissimus dorsi are going to be generating quick bursts of muscle contraction. So they're going to be utilizing type 2 muscle fibers the most.